Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Hello, Vegeta. How's it going? I mean, other than your good news and bad news. Do, do. Hello, Oxide. Now, I'm not too sure how far we're going to get tonight, but we'll be stopping if we get to the next trial, whenever that happens. Or we might, if it's like a couple hours, we might stop early there. But yeah, I don't have the following trial prepared, so. And the problem with these, unfortunately, is that not a lot of players get the Hildebrand trials unlocked, so there aren't necessarily a lot of players in the roulette who can actually do these, so you can be waiting in queue for quite a while before you get into one of these. So I don't want to end up doing that wait on stream. So but anyway, let's go ahead and switch over. As before, I had the trial pre-recorded, so let's go ahead and give that a play. Where is it? There it is. Hopefully you can hear that well. Yeah, this one's a fun fight. Most of the craziness comes in the status effects. As you'll soon see, I don't think I had to deal with it in this one. I got lucky, but you'll see some others who had a little bit of unfortunate thing happen to them. Yeah, you see the poor guy there running away from the chicken. He's been turned into a toad, and the chicken will eat the toad. Yeah, it does really heavy damage to the toad player. So all you can really do is run in a circle around the arena. couple of trash fights on the way to the second phase of the fight, where we get more interesting status conditions. To add to the fun, you can see that there's a whole lot more green painted chickens in the arena now. And somewhere around here, I'm gonna have to run from them. I will be the toad. Oh yeah, there's also this confusion, which is not fun. The healers have to heal you up to full to clear it there. It's not a normal Insuna it off thing. Oh, yep. Yeah, that was, yeah, you just watched me kill somebody while confused there. I don't know if the healers were asleep, or it's possible they don't know how to clear that, or, yeah, I felt really bad about that, but there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Ah, yes, and here he's going to jump attack me, which fortunately I lost the toad before that, so that was good timing. And since this is a trial that's been around since, like, before the first expansion, yeah, it's finished. It gets finished pretty quickly these days. So.
That's enough of a beating for now.
Is he giving out without giving me my weapon? Man. Though I guess since I don't really have Dragoon leveled, I suppose I don't really need a lance. So anyway, that's the end of that. So let's bring up the live game now. And turn the volume back up. And now let's see what the aftermath is. Alone, yet still armed. Humph. In any case, he seems satisfied with the halberd. We will proceed with the delivery. Okay. So, we have to go to Vesper Bay, so that will be... over to Horizon, and along the famous path to the Waking Sands. That all of us players learn very, very well. Oops. Seems to be a busy night tonight. And yeah, actually, that's a good little side topic right now. You see, Final Fantasy XIV right now is having a popularity problem. Turns out that's a little bit unfortunate in the pandemic because, well, right now there's a global shortage of microchips, so they're having a hard time expanding their server capacity. There's also the travel issues of getting their staff to the data centers. And yeah, they're having a real problem dealing with their sudden surge in the player base. Very interesting problem to have. Ah, 'tis more magnificent than I imagined. 'Twill make a fine addition to my collection. And with that, our business is concluded. Cheers! I genuinely mean that in your case, by the way. All's well that ends well, right, Inspector? Though it's a shame that Greg turned out to be the thief. There you are, Inspector Raritan. Why did you not wait for me at the docks? Hmm? Why are you all staring at me so? Oh, never mind that. Where's my treaty blade? But didn't we just give you the treaty blade? Disguise yourself as the client and let the treaty blade come to you. Take advantage of an existing situation to distract us from the real crime. Brilliant. The man in red never spoke of the treaty blade, only the Hellbeard. Moreover, he always issued his challenges in person. Dear gods, isn't it obvious? What's this? What's it like in your funny little brains? It must be so boring. If the man in red did not send the challenge, then who did? I believe this is addressed to me, condescending Inspector Raritan. Piss off. 400 years have I slept, 1,000 races, or 1,000 faces do I wear. What is yours will be mine. I shall come to claim the Lapis Maiden's virtue. A many-faced phantom thief. Interesting. The design and the wording are the same as before. The thief who stole the treaty blade sent this. Very well. I and I alone, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, once more accept your challenge. You want a challenge, huh? Stand and face me, you buffoon. How dare you all laugh at a time like this, after allowing my precious treaty blade to be stolen. And you, Maria. Well, I suppose it is a little funny, isn't it? The two of them dashing to and fro, a pair of gentlemen mummers. You know, it's been far too long since we've seen a show. We should head into the city later, just you and me. Not bad, Hildy. Not bad at all. You are indeed a Manderville man. Mark my face, oh phantom of many faces, for it is the face of the. The fiend dares lay claim to the fair maiden's virtue. As seeds of jealousy quicken within an inspector's soul. Can true love bloom on this battlefield? Will this Manderville man find his Manderville wife? A case of indecency. Hey, what's with the goggles those men are wearing? They look special. Maybe if I ask nicely, they'll give me a pair? I guess we'll find out next time. Okay. Alright. So here we are, right in front. Ah, there you are. I've been doing some investigating of my own since we last parted. I believe I found our Lapis maiden. The girl's name is Arabella, daughter of one Master Gugu... yes, Gugu Rimu, I guess. Yes. A prominent member of the East Eldrenard Trading Company. Her eyes and hair a most exceptional shade of blue. Her beauty is the talk of the Sultanate. Hey, Raku. How's it going? Thanks for the host. Her purported beauty, I should say. You see, none have actually seen the girl in the flesh. Apparently, her father is the overprotective sort. Some say that the maiden has never set foot outside the family's well-guarded estate. But all this is about to change. Rumor has it that the girl is to be wed. And not just to anyone, mind you, to the heir of the Brugar... Okay, whatever. Consortium. The formal announcement is set to be made at a commemorative feast, to be jointly hosted by the two family businesses. The venue is Costa del Sol, where preparations are going on as we speak. Word is on the street that the bride-to-be will be making a rare public appearance. It is here that the thief intends to strike. I couldn't be more certain of it. Piqued your interest, have I? My sources tell me that the bride's father is already in Costa del Sol overseeing the preparations. This is one scoop I'm not going to miss, and you're welcome to come along. Well, hey, if you're going to invite me to the resort area of, La Asia, why not? You know, I'll just fly... No, sorry, I'll teleport over, because that's faster. Yes, here we go, into the resort area, and it's a raging rainstorm. Lovely. Alright, let's see, over here. You're not one of my associates. This banquet is for invited guests only. If you have no business here, be on your way at once. I have business everywhere. Beg pardon, good sir. My name is Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. If I might have just a moment of... Ah, yes, that two-gill sensationalist rag. I read your tiresome screed about the self-styled phantom thief and his letter of challenge. If you have come to tell me that my daughter is in danger, I can assure you that your concern is entirely unwarranted. When has anybody assured me their concern is entirely unwarranted and it was actually unwarranted? Has that ever actually happened? Well, let's go on. I have not kept my Arabella safe to this day to see her whisked away from me by some fly-by-night rogue. I have spared no expense in securing the best protection that money can buy. The brass blades of the Jeraba, an elite unit of the most lethal swordsmen in the Sultanate. They say one of them once caused a man's heart to burst just by looking at him askance. The moment they set eyes on the would-be thief will be his last. If the thief is obliging enough to allow him to be seen, or do those goggles serve some purpose other than making the wearer look utterly ridiculous? Consulting Inspector Briarden, your reputation precedes you. And what, pray tell, do you propose? I have promised some of the wealthiest man in the realm that my daughter will be attending the festivities. To renege on my word would have dire implications for the family trade. My proposal is a simple one. Entrust the investigation to me. The thief will be in shackles before the banquet commences, and it will cost you not a whit of your precious gil. Very well, let us see if your reputation is deserved. But consider yourself warned. Greater fortunes than you will ever know hinge upon this banquet. I will not tolerate any disturbances. Such touching concern for his coin purse. If only he could muster the same for his daughter. But do tell, Inspector, after he slipped under our noses the last time, what makes you so confident you can catch our thief this time around? Our man may boast 1,000 faces, but he has but a single modus operandi, and it is painfully obvious. A letter of challenge, a precious treasure whisked away from its rightful owner in the broad light of day. This tells me that our thief is an attention seeker, with supreme confidence in his ability. Doubtless he means to target the maiden using the same methods he used to abscond with the treaty blade. Even now, the fiend is in our midst, having assumed the identity of someone who will be in close proximity to Miss Arabella at the day of the feast. I have already narrowed the field. Arabella's betrothed, Vance, would be an obvious target for our thief. So too would be his father, Morgant. Yalto Nalto and his wife, Saldana, the guests of honor, will give a toast to the couple's happiness. Both will be standing close to the stage for the bride-to-be is set to appear. Needless to say, we cannot rule out Gugurimo himself. Finally, we have Lewenhart, a steward of Gugurimo's estate and Miss Arabella's personal attendant. Man, seriously, we're not even into the row names, and these are painful. All the key players, save for the Lapis Maiden herself, have assembled in Costa del Sol. Doubtless, the Phantom Thief lurks among them, his face concealed, gathering information and planning his course of attack. We will begin our questioning of the suspects immediately. Should you encounter any suspicious individuals, you are to report back to me at once. Hildebrand Manderville. I can smell the stench of idiocy and incompetence from a mile away. The pleasure is all mine, contriving Inspector Briarden. Forgive me for not revealing myself sooner. I was simply conducting a bit of preliminary undercover investigative work. Yet to see through my ingenious disguise with such ease. Yes, I dare say your powers of observation rival even my own. Fear not, friends. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have arrived to defend the maiden's honor as only a Manderville man can. I shall not comment. He does realize there's still a fish on his head, doesn't he? Good, Inspector. I realize we've not seen eye to monocle in the past, but a fair maiden's virtue, mayhap her very life, is at stake. From one gentleman to another, let us put aside our differences. Yes, I would welcome your assistance in this case. Me? Assist you? Aren't you a funny man? Oh, it makes no matter. My plan is so flawless that not even your bungling can interfere this time. I don't know about that, Briarden. If you wish to assist me, you may do so by keeping watch over the suspects. In the meantime, I have a promising lead to investigate. I shall return before the banquet begins. While I know this may be asking much, do try not to do anything too stupid in my absence, will you? I would speak with you, but not here. I'll be waiting for you outside Costa del Sol. Come quickly, for we do not have the luxury of time. And the rain just continues. Continues and continues. You've come. Excellent. With that buffoon suitably distracted, we can get to more important matters. Before we proceed, what might I call you? In honor of... okay. Okay. That's those fighting words. Okay, I'll let it pass for this time. An unremarkable name, but it will suffice. Now answer me this, Aelet. You were there when the Phantom Thief, in the guise of Lady Duralda, stole off with the Treaty Blade. Was there anything about our foe's disguise that struck you as particularly noteworthy? Yes, I guess we'll just go with the identical appearance. The obvious answer, and yet all too many, a certain self-styled gentleman comes to mind, could not recognize a clue if it hits them upside the face. Your observation is astute. A thorough investigation of the mask left behind at the scene revealed a tiny prism sewn into the fabric. It is this stone that allows him to change appearances at will. You know, kind of like I'm actually using right now because, yes, no, my gear does not actually look like this. Good old glamour prisms. Clearly, our man is no ordinary thief. Magic's far outside the grasp of the common folk are at his disposal. Yes, far outside the grasp. Okay, yeah, this was written well before glamour prisms were added to the game, so. This, in itself, gives us insight into his identity and his ways. And yet, this is not what caught my eye. No, from movement to mannerisms, to that utterly obnoxious personality, the thief did not merely look like Lady Durella, he was her. Such a feat could not be accomplished by magical trickery alone. We are dealing with a clever and thorough criminal. Not content to rely on his ample powers of disguise, he studies his targets closely before assuming their identities. He emulates them utterly and completely. Not that even their closest friends or family could detect that aught is amiss. All the key players arrived at Costa del Sol 3 days ago, when preparations for the banquets began. This would afford our thief more than enough time to study his would-be target. And yet, some disguises are more challenging than others. Put yourself in the mind of our phantom, Aelet. If you were the thief, whose identity would you first assume? I don't know. A brass blade? One of the guests? You know, if I were to say it there, I would go with the brass blade, because who pays attention to the people in uniform? They're just supposed to stand there and be unassuming, right? So, we'll see what he says. Precisely. Clearly you are far less useless than the bumbling inspector whose company you keep. Strong in number, few of words, able to come and go as they please, a fearsome reputation to scare away any who would draw near enough to realize something was amiss. An ideal entry into Costa del Sol for our man. Deducing as much, I made a point to question brass blades in the area. Little to my surprise, I learned that there was one man who had not been seen at his favorite alehouse for 3 days past. Our thief has not made a habit of wanton murder. Doubtless the poor man is lying naked in a ditch not far from here. Well, that... I guess that's better than dead, but yes, that's not good. Yeah. In addition to general security duties, each of the blades has been assigned to serve as bodyguard for one or more of the guests. If the man can tell us his assigned charge, like as not, his answer will reveal the current identity of our thief. Our thief would not have had the time to carry the unconscious man far. I will canvass the immediate area. You begin your search on the outskirts of Costa del Sol. Okay. So, since we can fly, we'll get there the fast way. Yep. Over here, yep, the fate, it's not lupus there. Yep. A joke about a joke from Dr. House that's been in the game for like forever. Okay. Alright, let's see what this brass blade is doing. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's not normal. That looks like something went wrong. Excellent. You are one of the less incompetent assistants I have worked with. Oh, Briarden, you are so charming. Thank you for the compliment of being... I strive for less incompetent. I'm glad to see that I have reached those towering heights. So thank the gods. Please free me from these chains before the sniffers eat me alive. There, now, tell me all that you can remember about what happened to you, and try to be brief. We had just arrived in Costa del Sol, had a briefing of sorts. Master Guguruimo gave us each our orders, who we'd be looking after and the like. Had a mind to tour the area, get my bearings. Next I knew, I felt a thwack on the back of my head. When I came to, here I was stripped to my skivvies. Much to the chagrin of those of us who have to look at you. Ah, yes. He's a real charmer. You say you received orders from Master Gugurimo? Who is to be your charge? My memory's hazy, but one was Morgan, father of the groom. The other was a Lalafellan gent from Limsa. Yalto Nolto. Now, try your best to remember. Were there any other guests with whom you were ordered to interact? Come to think of it, yes. There was also the steward, Lewenhart. I was to review with him the schedule of events, discuss the protection of key supplies, that sort of thing. Morgan, Yeltsin, Noto, and Leonhardt. Thank you. For an incompetent fool, your testimony has proved astonishingly enlightening. Oh, again, what a charmer. I shall see this man back to the city and into the possession of some new clothes, after which I shall return to Costa del Sol to continue the investigation. Go on ahead of me, and for the love of the gods, just make sure that the imbecile doesn't cause you too much trouble in my absence. Alright. So back to the resort. And hey, it's not raining anymore. This is actually a decent night. Actually quite pretty, you know. Oh yes, the moon. I guess we're supposed to be visiting that in Endwalker when that comes out. Yeah, I mean the actual moon, not the fake one that, you know, fell on. That was brought down upon us. That was unkind. But yeah, now to visit that one, we go underground, not into the sky. Alright. Let's see, down here? Yep. Hildebrand! Ah, there you are, friend, and not a moment too soon, for I was about to commence my investigation in earnest. Tell me, did you and your Inspector Briarden's avenue of inquiry bear fruit? Morgan, Yalto Nolto, and the Stuart Leeuwenhart, you say? This does not surprise me. Yes, I considered them all exceptionally suspicious from the start. With the Lapis maiden in danger, we cannot afford a moment's delay. I, Hildebrand, shall have our thief in shackles before the Inspector returns. Fear not, friend. The Inspector shall be none the wiser. Ha ha! If he had hoped to nab the fiend for himself, he should not have simplified the task for me so. Ah, there's one of our suspects standing suspiciously under that canopy over there. Just you wait, fiend. I shall rip the mask from your face and reveal you for the rogue that you are. Does he mean this literally? I mean, literally? Does he? I have a bad feeling. And yeah, lest you think that I remember, no, I did these very long time ago, and I don't remember the details. Stand back, friend. The man we pursue is a criminal mastermind. The merest slip of the tongue could put our case, nay, our very lives, in danger. But have no fear, Miss Ellie. Rally your quill that you may record my every word as I employ the time-honored art of parley, handed down from the Manderville man of ages past, to reveal our foe. I can think of few topics that would interest my readers less than your blatherings. Just catch the thief so I can have my story, would you? Don't worry, Inspector. I brought my quill and journal too. Your adoring fans won't miss a word. Capital! This is why you are my favorite assistant, Nashu. Now behold as I ensnare our prey with a web of words leading to his inevitable demise. Good evening, Master Gugurimu, and a fine evening it must be for you most of all. Allow me to offer my heartfelt congratulations on your betrothal to the enchanting Miss Arabella. What is this nonsense? Arabella is my daughter, you... Just who in the seven hells are you anyway? Guards! Guards! Now hold your chocobos, Gugurimu. I recognize the lad. This is Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. Come to save the lovely lass from the clutches of the phantom thief, have you? I reckon we owe the man our gratitude. Eh, Vance? The Phantom Thief? Balderdash and rot, if you ask me. That said, my betrothed must be quite the beauty indeed to have such rumors told about her. Perhaps she's worthy of me after all. Ha ha ha. He exudes an unusual degree of confidence for such an effete, fashion-challenged youth. Most suspicious. He's a darn sight easier on the eyes than you. That's me, Vance, ever calm in the face of danger. Truly his father's son. A worthy heir to the Bruguière Consortium, and a worthy match for my daughter, I must say. Yes, I foresee many years of prosperity for our families. Or family, I should say. Ho ho! Which reminds me, Master Fans, Arabella asked me to convey her gratitude to you for the golden clasp you sent some months ago. It has not left her neck since the day. Oh, that little trinket? 'Twas nothing. Tell your daughter the greatest treasure of the realm will be hers once we are wed. The time-honored Manderville art of parley? We'd be sleeping with the fishes had Morgott not spoke up on your behalf. That said, nothing about the interactions between the three struck me as particularly unnatural. Ha ha ha. Let's not rush to conclusions, Miss Ellie. A gentleman fancies a more methodical approach. Yes, everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Trying to rip the masks off their faces? Is that... Oh, well. Okay, we'll keep going with that guess. Whoops, I was supposed to be taking this down, wasn't I? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. I sought only to earn the trust of the families before confronting Yalto, Nolto, and Leeuwenhart, who have aroused my suspicion from the start. Come, we have a thief to apprehend. Okay. Let's see, this direction over here. Ah. Alright, Yalto. What's up with you? Hmm? I've not seen your faces around here. With the East Eldernard Trading Company, are you? Why, yes, good sir. Very much with them. Some might even say we are the East Eldernard Trading Company. Ha ha ha! Oh, pleasure to meet you. Do tell. Is the Lapis Maiden as lovely as they say? Selnana here's no slouch herself, but like me, she's getting on in years. No offense intended, my dear. Oh, but where are me manners? Yalto Nolto of the Bruguière Consortium, and this is me wife, Selnana. I look forward to many profitable dealings with you and yours in the moons and years to come. I dare say this wedding and the joining together of our family businesses couldn't be happening at a better time. What with all manner of fell beasts and beastmen taking aim at our wares. Why, just the other day, a shipment of imported foodstuffs was waylaid by the Mandragoras. Nasty buggers, a lot of them. If I were 20 years younger, I'd dice them up myself and make a salad out of... Hmm? You have heard of the Mandragoras, have you? But, of course, I once spent a year honing mind and body with the Fist of Ralgar. My fellow monks and I would chant several hundred mantra once in a day. And your food stores were occasionally raided by the ruthless band of rogue vegetables known as the Mandragoras, yes? Would it kill you to read the Mithril Eye and educate yourself from time to time? A fearsome lot they are. Rumor has it they'll not rest until every fruit or vegetable harvested for consumption has been freed from captivity. Why, they struck at the larder here just days ago. Our supplies were decimated. Fear not, my lady. I was able to arrange for an emergency shipment to replace the stolen produce. It had arrived safely some time ago. Settle down, Selnana. Forgive me, wife. She's always saying how meat is bad for her figure. And with that, I'd best go prepare me speech. Carry on, lads. Criminy! None of those three were suspicious in the least. But we must not give up hope, lest he of many faces have the last laugh. Where there is a will, a gentleman shall find a way. Come, Nashu. We must move quickly, or the Lapis Maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. You speak so fast, Inspector. The sign of a quick mind, I'm sure. No, where was I? Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. The laughing maiden shall not be the only one to come to harm. Yes, not sure. I'm sure that's what he said. Yes. I'm not sure that captures the inspector's intended meaning. But this is no time for us to be standing around. Inspector Briarden will be back any moment now, and he's not the type to suffer excuses. Quite so, Miss Ellie. Fortunately, I have a plan. Let's investigate the foodstuffs of which Master Leonhardt spoke. Should we find any contradictions in his testimony, we can consider the man a prime suspect. Inspector Briarden will be back before long. Come, Nashu, this is no time to delay. Now, I'm kind of suspecting Leeuwenhart just is the one who got replaced. Or may have been... Or yeah, at least, you know, seems that way because, you know, it sounds like Leeuwenhart was going to be briefing all the brass blades there, so yeah, it seems like he's important in this. Okay. Looks like, okay, here we are. That person in front of it kind of threw me off. Okay. Crates of assorted foodstuffs and a veritable host of luscious-looking coconuts. It appears our man Leeuwenhart spoke true. Ye gads! Are those explosives I spy concealed among these coconuts? Perhaps I spoke in haste. It would appear we have found our phantom thief after all. Oh, those are mine, Inspector. I was looking for a place to set them down, you see, and those coconuts were looking awfully lonely. Not you. Far be it from me to cast doubt on your choice of hobbies, but what in the name of the 12 would possess you to bring your creations to an investigation? Well, they were so helpful in jogging your memory that one time, and I just thought... does this mean you won't be needing this piece of driftwood either? Your enthusiasm is always admirable, Nashu, but in this event, I fear it is somewhat misdirection. Now, set the driftwood down over there and concentrate on taking your notes like the astute assistant you are. I say, we are most fortunate that confounding Inspector Briarden is otherwise occupied at the moment. Were he to chance upon this scene, he would veritably explode in rage. Now let us dispose of these things before an errant ember sends us all to a fiery demise. Confounding Inspector Briarden. Explode. A firing demise. Got it. Are you sure about that? Uh-oh. Don't look now, but someone has returned at the absolute worst possible time. You two were supposed to be keeping an eye on the suspects and staying out of trouble, yes? The inspector will have a fit if he sees you here. But, Miss Ellie, should Inspector Briarden come upon these explosives, the consequences will be even more dire. Ayla and I will see that the inspector keeps a wide berth of this beach. You two just get out of here and be quick about it. Quick thinking, Miss Ellie. Come, Nashu. We will return for your creations once Inspector Briarden has been led safely from the scene. Investigation calls us, and we must heed its cry. The coconuts were lonely. Oh boy. Alright. So So, Hildebrand has managed thus far not to destroy anything. Consider me something almost resembling impressed. Haha, indeed. But enough about Hildebrand. Ayla and I have been waiting to hear your latest theories. We should go somewhere quiet and... An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. Ah, yes, that spot just over there by the crate shall suffice. There, of all places? But surely we could find somewhere more scenic. I'm not here on vacation. I'm here to solve a case. Besides, we cannot afford to have our conversation overheard. That junk-littered beach should afford us some welcome privacy. Yes, Inspector. Privacy indeed. Bloody hells. Don't worry, Ayla. I'll figure out some way to lead him clear of the bombs. Which, I mean, he's kind of already over there, isn't he? I mean, you know, yeah, he's like right there. That's okay. So, how's this gonna go? All right. Is it just me, or is there a bit of chill in the air? Perhaps we should go someplace warm. I, for one, welcome a respite from the sweltering heat. Besides, this will not take long. If you insist, Inspector. Through the questioning of a brass blade attacked by our quarry, I have identified the 3 individuals most likely to be our thief in disguise. To wit, Morgant, Yalto and Olto, and Leeuwenhart. The 3 of us shall split up, with each of us keeping watch over... Ahem, are the 2 of you listening? Of course we are. Beg pardon, Inspector. You look unwell, Miss Ellie. Perhaps you are right. I too feel a chill wind blowing in. Mayhap we should continue our conversation elsewhere. Ah, but there is no need. Wait here and I shall build us a fire. Fire. That's exactly what the situation needs. Ha ha ha. Methinks the inspector has taken leave of his senses. The chance of locating suitable kindling on these barren shores is infinitesimal. Here we are. This piece of driftwood served perfectly. And as fortune would have it, I just happen to have a flintstone on my person. There is no cause for alarm. 'Tis not blood that courses through the inspector's vein, but ice. I could not fathom a series of events that would lead such a calm and composed individual to lose his firm grip on that fiery torch. Remarkable insight, Inspector. I must record these words for posterity. Whee! It's flying! What have we here? Everything is proceeding according to my master plan. Could this be another challenge from the Fiend? Surely you jest, Inspector. It looks nothing like his usual cards, see? Doubtless it's just the idle ravings of some madman. Yes. Perhaps so, but we must exercise due caution. Ah, there are 2 more pages. Give up hope. He of many faces will laugh last. It is not the lapis maiden alone that shall come to harm. It is more direct than his previous challenges, but there can be no doubt as to the sender. But what is this talk of another victim? The final page holds the answer, no doubt. The final page. Confounding Inspector Briarden will meet a fiery demise. Ah! Yes, I am sure all is well now. This is a stable situation. Nothing can go wrong here. Nothing can go wrong. Okay, something can go wrong. Something went wrong. I was wrong. You saw through the fiend's ruse, but how? Let's just call it reporter's intuition. Are you hurt? A ringing in my ears, but otherwise no worse for wear. You have my gratitude. A feeling he has never had before. Hildebrand Manderville, were you able to learn aught of the fiend who made this ignoble attempt on my life? I exhausted every effort, Inspector, yet I fear our quarry proves ever elusive. Excellent. I might have died of shock if you had. At any rate, our foe has revealed himself as no mere thief, but a madman who will resort to cold-blooded murder. We must redouble our vigilance, lest the others come to harm. Vigilance. Yes, vigilance is the order of the day. What in the name of the gods Thalstein? Those vegetables cost a fortune, and they're ruined. Ruined. Agent of inquiry, more like agent of injury and incompetence. You want to replace the supplies that you destroyed before the banquet begins, or I will see the whole entire lot of you rotten gull. This better not include me. All right. What was that terrible explosion coming from the beach? Is everyone safe? Fear not. The fiend's artless attempt on my life has been thwarted. Sadly, your food supply did not escape unscathed. Master Gugurimo bids that the damaged ingredients been replaced with all speed. Good gods! This is no thief. This is a madman. As for replacing the ingredients, I fear that will prove a difficult task. Those crates contain imported vegetables of considerable rarity, you see. Vegetables that are in particularly short supply these days, what with the mandragoras at large. Even if I were to place the order immediately, it would likely take days to arrive. The mandragoras? I have heard of that fell band. Tell me, what manner of vegetables do they steal? The rarest was an import from the Far East. I do not recall the name, but it very closely resembled the Eorzean dragon pepper. Dragon pepper. Wow. That sounds hot. Save for its color, which was a deep purple. Methinks you don't worry too much, Master Leeuwenhart. Our course of action is clear. We need only storm into the den of these overgrown weeds and steal your precious purple dragon peppers right back. I would advise against that, Inspector. These are no ordinary mandragoras, but rather a bloodthirsty band of killers given succulent flesh. Even the brass blades of the Gerbera proved unable to resist them. Oh ho! A formidable foe indeed. Were only there a brave soul in our midst with a want for taking on fierce enemies, with not a shred of concern for her own well-being. He's talking about me, isn't he? He's talking about Aeolette. Yeah. He must be. Your eyes, friend, they speak to me. They say, I, yes, I, shall vanquish these rogue vegetables and deliver the purloined goods back to their rightful owner. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. You are truly a godsend, adventurer. One Sun Hamil of the Yellow Jackets has been charged with defending the roads from the Mandragoras. If anyone would have knowledge of their current whereabouts, it would be him. Without those ingredients, Master Gugurimo is likely to cook me instead. Please, friend, you're my only hope. A gentleman would never let a lady face danger alone. Let us away to Limsa together. Are you sure I can't just go by myself? I think I can handle it. I think so. Ah yes, Limsa, the ever busy. Easily the busiest of the three major cities. Now, if you've come for the Mandragoras, I fear you're half a bell too late. As are we, blast it all. To hear the Moor merchant tell it, no sooner has he opened his cargo hold to check on a shipment of vegetables than did an onion turn on him, screeching bloody murder. Fled his own vessel in sheer terror, he did. By the time he came to his senses, it had set sail without him. The merchant left for Aleport, hoping to recoup his losses. If you've a mind to go after the culprits, you might lend an ear to his sad tale. Ah! Is the thrill of the chase not invigorating, friend? The ferry docked by Fisherman's Bottom will carry us to Aleport. Let us be swiftly on our way. Yeah, about that ferry, I think we'll just... I think we'll take a shortcut. We really don't need fairies when time and space answer to our call. All right. Tiny trader. Is he smaller than a typical Olafel? Okay, actually, I guess that's about normal size. All right. Eek! Don't sneak up on me like that. I thought you were a feral. Raku, stop scaring the tiny trader. Don't worry, tiny trader. Raku is not a feral turnip. Oh, okay. He might have thought we were a murderous eggplant or something like that. Okay, I'm sorry, Raku. He mistook you for an eggplant. I mean, I don't know how, but he mistook you for an eggplant, so... yeah. Think I just do ye? You'd be singing a different tune if a shot of tomato juice almost took out your eye, as it did mine. My eye! By the time I'd regained me wits, they had already set sail with my ship and me livelihood. I ruined! If I never see another bleeding onion till the end of days, it'll be too soon. Well, my cat will agree with you on that. To hear most say it, the Mandragoras are a nasty lot. A right pain in the arse to farmers and provisioners the realm over. But let me tell ye, friend, that ain't the least of it. Freeing their fellow fronds from our larders and tables is but the beginning. The bulbous blackguards have a far grander scheme. Revolution. Madness, ye say? Take the ferry to the Isles of Umbra and see with your own eyes. A veritable vegetable kingdom where eggplants and turnips roll with an iron fist. This muscle-bound fellow with a dimmed expression? I can swear I've seen his face somewhere before. Bugger me, if it ain't the undead overlord what fancies himself a gentleman inspector. Which would make you... Aye, could it be? The adventurer what bested the thieving duelist in single combat? Well, technically it wasn't single, but... Other than that, yeah. Yes, that's correct. Well, bugger me and call me inspector. Tell me, is it true that the duelist traveled with a demon bird whose crow could split the heavens? But that's neither here nor there. Look, I don't know about you, but I ain't so keen on the notion of calling a bloody tomato your grace. And that's exactly the fate we're in for if we don't nip this revolution in the bud. And I mean that literally. As we speak, the Mandragoras are planting themselves a whole army of their own kind in the Isles of Umbra. You'd be doing the whole realm a favor if you could go there and unroot them before the harvest comes. Many a case have I solved in my day, but I've not matched wits with sentient plant life before. This should prove quite exhilarating. To the Isles of Umbra! Okay. Now, normally we'd have to take a ferry, but thanks to the fact that flying is now available in these zones, it is now possible for us to get to the Isles of Umbra this way. Man, poor guy really is so confused. Confusing you for an eggplant, Raku. I'm so sorry. That's just... But here we go. Let us deal with these tomatoes or... Circle, circle! X, square, circle! You feel a hostile gaze upon you. Okay. I'm afraid for this game I don't use a controller, so no, I can't input that. X circle, musical note, circle within circle, X circle within circle, blah 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 blah. Musical note. You feel a hostile gaze upon you. Is that what it's gonna be? Are they just gonna look at me with hostility? Is that it? Okay. More PlayStation buttons and circles within circles. Do we feel a hostile gaze upon us? We feel a hostile gaze upon us. Alright. I guess let's go get these food stuff. Which I'm totally sure will not result in a battle. It will just result in more hostile gazing. Obviously. Okay. Okay, I guess that looks a little more than hostile gazing. Hello, Inspector Hildebrand's bottom. Friend, my pursuit of the Mandragoras has led me beneath the surface. Yes, they must be down here. Somewhere. Hello. Okay, this is a weird fight. Go away. We're busy. Somebody's helping. Alright. Alright, so with that, let's bow to our helper here for... And now, off to Costa del Sol. Vegetables gone bad. It's a sad thing to see. You returned. I feared you might end up at a tasty snack for a crazed head of cabbage. No, it's mostly crazed tomato, onion. I don't think there was a cabbage there. I kind of admit I didn't pay attention to what all five vegetables were. The stolen foodstuffs, you saved my hide today. Oh, but I must see if those purple dragon peppers are intact. Master Gugarimu is quite particular about his seasoning. Ooh, can I come too? I've never seen a purple dragon pepper before. That wild vegetable chase was a pleasant diversion, but it is time we return to the case. Now, there must be some clue that yet eludes us. Core, the peppers have changed color. What's this? Peppers that possess the same powers of disguise as our many-faced foes? A gentleman must needs investigate. A striking shade of blue, quite far from the purple that Master Lewenhart described. Perhaps we recovered the wrong crate? But look here, Inspector. The crate is clearly marked for Costa del Sol. How curious. Did I say purple? I meant a purplish blue? Or a bluish purple? The two colors are really quite similar when you think of them. These peppers have a most distinctive hue. No man could reasonably mistake it for any shade of purple. Unless, of course, he was wearing a very particular sort of eyewear at the time. Ha! The charade is up. After the man. It is as I suspected all along. The goggles have proved the key to cracking the case. With speed, Nashu, the fiend must be brought to justice. I see our helper is on the Hildebrand quest too. Ironically, his name's Celeste. That's a kind of an odd coincidence. You can run, but you cannot. Ha ha ha! If you thought you could outsprint this mannerful man, you were sorely mistaken. For pilfering a priceless blade, threatening a maiden's virtue, and untold crimes against the law-abiding citizens of Eorzea, I, Hildebrand, Agent Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hereby place you under arrest. Done in by a sniffer, a fitting end for an ignoble thief. Let us see what lies behind the mask. He doesn't seem so dead to me. Ugh. Where am I? Who are you? A twist I'm sure none of us saw coming. Ha! Playing the fool will avail you not. I suggest you come willingly. A gentleman is not given to violence, but should you attempt to resist, I disavow responsibility for any shattered skulls and broken bones. Wait, I remember now. I was on my way to meet with Miss Arabella when... Miss Arabella, I must find her at once. Ugh, my head. It would seem that this man wears no mask. This is the true Lewenhart. I swear on my life that it is so. I was en route to the estate in Wineport when one of the brass blades on patrol approached me. We exchanged greetings, and in the next instant, he turned on me. I fought desperately to defend myself, even managing to drive a kitchen knife into the man's right hand. In the end, though, he proved too strong for me. Now that you mention it, the imposter was wearing gloves. I knew there was something suspicious about him. Really, wearing gloves? Just cast a cure spell. I'll go to the chirurgeon, you know. There is still time before the banquet begins. Knowing our quarry, he has doubtless already assumed a new identity. And yet, he could not have foreseen this turn of events. It is unlikely he had the time to thoroughly research his new target. Most importantly, we now know that the thief suffered a wound to his right hand. We need simply return to Costa del Sol and examine the hands of all present to see if there's a sketching knife in them. Yes. An excellent plan, Inspector. While you do so, we shall accompany Leeuwenhart back to the estate, so that we might ensure Miss Arabella's safety. Didn't we just... I have found you, my little ones. Let me guess, you seethe with anger at those who took from you what was yours. Then it would appear our goals are in accord. Make for Costa del Sol and await my orders. When the time is right, revenge will be yours. You'd think chakrams would have, sliced them up nicely, but, put on a table and, mix into a salad. Oh well. The game is afoot, inspectors. Now, what mask shall I wear to the ball? Well, apparently not that one. Alright. Now, since we need to go to Wineport, we will just teleport there. Because it really is the fastest way to travel. But as Y'shtola knows, not necessarily the safest way. Though to be fair, she was doing a forbidden form of it, but still. Hello, Celeste. Hello again. Miss Arabella, what are you doing out here? You must return to the estate at once. Oh, Leeuwen, always the worrier. Your concern is touching, but I am a woman growing. Besides, I just wanted to see the flowers. Lovely though these flowers may be, they are as unsightly weeds when measured against your Oh, boy. Okay. I am Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Please call me Hildy. The pleasure is mine, my lord. Much have I heard of your deeds. Tell me, are these rumors of a many-faced thief true? I fear they are, Miss Arabella, but still your gentle heart. For as long as Hildebrand is on the case, the fiend shall not lay a twisted finger upon you. This I swear on the Manderville name. The gods smile upon me indeed to send such a strong and handsome gentleman as my champion. And yet... You seem pensive, my lady. Is something the matter? To tell the truth, this marriage has been arranged against my wishes. I do not love Vance. Why, I have not even met him. He sent me this clasp as a betrothal gift. A treasure for my treasure. Wear it always, the message said. I do not care how beautiful it is. It might as well be a golden shackle. Miss Arabella, you must not say such things. An arranged marriage to a youth you have not even met? Unconscionable. Father says that this marriage must happen, that it is for the future of the family trade. spoken like a true old Don. But if I may be bold, my lady, would I be correct in assuming that you and your father are not related by blood? Quite so. Father found me amongst the beggars on Pearl Land when I was just a babe. He took me in and raised me as his own. He took Lewin in as well, though as servant rather than son. You may think father a cold and miserly man, but to me he is the man who gave me warmth and hope where I had none. I will learn to love Vance, if that will make father happy. You cannot be serious, Miss Arabella. You are a beautiful young woman with your whole life ahead of you. Surely you would not have to look far to find a gentleman with whom you would rather spend the rest of your days. If I have to spend another hour with you, I'm like to lose my wits. But anyway, we should return to Costa del Sol and see how the inspector's investigation fares. I as well must prepare for the banquet. Farewell, friends. I mean, he's not wrong. But with a maiden's virtue hanging in the balance, Hildebrand would hasten back to Costa del Sol. We've not a moment to lose, friend. The time of our final confrontation with the fiend is nigh. Our foe has doubtless assumed a new identity, but have no fear. Upon our return to Costa del Sol, I shall employ the time-tested Manderville art of parley to cut through the fiend's flimsy facade. 'Tis an art that I would impart to you as well, friend, though there will be time enough for that once our foe is in shackles and Miss Arabella is safe. No doubt it shall prove as invaluable in your adventures as it has in my investigations, or failing that, serve to entertain you when you have nothing better to do. But I digress. A gentleman must away to Costa del Sol. The fair maiden's life hangs in the balance. Nashu, Miss Ellie, with me. Okay, I'll just wait. Oh, wait, I should go too. That's right. Yes. Briarden, my favorite jerk. Just kidding, I have no favorite jerks. Inspector Briarden, I have seen to the maiden's safety. Miss Arabella will be along soon. How fares your investigation? I have canvassed the grounds, but none of the guests are concealing their hands. How can this be? The thief must be somewhere. Miss Arabella just left her estate, I hear. I suppose we'll find out soon enough if her beauty is truly a match for our own. Tee-hee. There's no time. Without the thief in custody, we cannot risk allowing Miss Arabella to take the stage. But Inspector, Vance and his family will not take kindly to his betrothed's absence. That is nothing of my concern. Besides, doubtless, the Inspector here will think of something. Me? What do you propose? You're the expert at creating diversions. Can't you just knock something over, blow something up or the like? You know, like you always do? Inspector Briarden, I knew the day would come that you recognized my many talents. Worry not about master fans. Yes, for the sake of the maiden, a gentleman will do what must needs be done. The poor sop lacks even the wits to know when he's being insulted. Now to the task at hand. We must find a way to conceal Miss Arabella's true identity. Not far from here are the servants' quarters. There should be a change of clothes lying around. Perfect. Ailette, find some suitably ordinary garb and deliver it to Miss Arabella outside the gates. I shall proceed with the investigation. Yes. You can tell a woman who dresses like Ailette understands what ordinary garb looks like. Has the Lapis Maiden arrived yet? I simply must look upon her beauty for myself. Servant's garb, you say? I wish prefer what you're wearing. Well, we certainly have enough rags to go around. Here you go. Do with them as you will. I mean, to be fair, so do I. I do prefer this. Oh, okay, good. That was just a spot of lag. Good. Greetings, friend. Oh, what's this you have for me? Servant's garb? But why? Miss Arabella, with the thief still at large, the risk of letting you be seen is too great. Change into these clothes and promise that you will not leave my sight. But the ceremony, Father will be furious. And Lord Vance. We are dealing with a man who tried to blast me to the heavens. Yes, that was the thief. Totally the thief. And almost succeeded. We cannot exercise enough caution. As for the ceremony, I have entrusted the matter to a certain gentleman. You need only concern yourself with your own safety. We should do as the inspector says, Mr. Arabella. Your life is more important in this marriage, or whatever profits your father stands to gain from it. You're getting fired tomorrow. That's clear. Yeah. I mean, Lewin, if father heard you say such things, yeah, see, she knows. I should have said them long ago. By not doing so, I put your life in danger. But besides, we have not one, but two skilled inspectors on the case. It will not be long until the fiend is brought to justice. Very well, I shall retreat to the carriage. Pray wait for me here. My apologies for the delay. What should I do with my banquet dress, Inspector? Ailette, bring Miss Arabella's dress to that bumbling inspector. I dare not speculate as to how he intends to see to his task, but I would imagine he requires all the help he can get. Now, let us return before the festivities begin. I swear, if Hildebrand changes into this dress. Ah, you return. Me? I was in the act of formulating a master plan to distract Master Vanes at the ceremony. Is there aught I might do for you? Alright, let's get him the breathtaking dress. Why, this is Miss Arabella's dress. I must admit to some confusion as to what to do with it, but worry not. I shall take it into safekeeping. And with that, I must attend to Master Vance before the ceremony begins. Worry not, friend. I assure you that Inspector Briarden and I have the situation entirely under control. Why not find yourself a seat and enjoy the festivities? Okay, What direction am I supposed to be going here? Okay. Apparently I'm pretty much right on top of it. There we go. Hello again, Celeste. Curses! How am I supposed to find my man with all these people milling about? Friends, family, business associates. 'Tis an honor and a pleasure to welcome one and all to Costa del Sol for today's feast, co-hosted by the Brugger Consortium and the East Aldernard Trading Company. We trust that you've been enjoying fine food, fine spirits, and profitable conversation. The Lapis Maiden. If even half the tales for her beauty are true, Vance is the luckiest bastard in the realm. Yolto Nolto, Salnana, honored guests, it's a great pleasure to announce the betrothal of my son, Vance, future chair of the Brugger Consortium, to Arabella, daughter of Master Gugurimu of the East Aldernard Trading Company. The couple would exchange their eternal vows here today, that the happiness that is theirs may usher in a new era of prosperity for one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present my son's lovely bride, the Lapis Maiden, whose beauty minstrels will sing of for ages to come. Damn you, Hildebrand Vanderbilt. You had one job. I think he's about to do it. She's beautiful. Were the rabble expecting otherwise? She is my bride, after all. That arm, okay. My lady, they say your beauty transcends even the boundaries of time. When we are wed, you will want for nothing. Pray give your hand unto me. And yes, there we go. My sun and stars, yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. I am yours and shall be forevermore. What have you done with my bride, you cross-dressing deviant? Not quite what I intended, but I suppose it serves our purposes. Fear not, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Arabella is safe and sound. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have but assumed the maiden's adherence to ensure to ensnare the vile fiend who would take aim at her life. The fiend who now lies defenselessly before me. The game is up, Vance, or shall I call you by another name? The thief of many faces. Me, the thief? Are you mad? It appears that my masterful deductions have proved beyond the grasp of your mind. Very well, allow me to elucidate. Oh, he changed his hair for this too. That's great. While there is not a soul in the realm who has not heard of the tales of Miss Arabella's beauty, there are but two men here in Costa del Sol who had gazed upon her lovely visage before today. Her father, Gugurimu, and her steward, Leeuwenhart. As you yourself admitted on multiple occasions, Master Vane, you were to have your first glimpse of your bride-to-be today. Considered in this light, would you not say your reaction upon seeing my face was most unnatural? Yes. That is totally how I would describe it. Unnatural. Who else could see through my ingenious disguise? Who could know at a glance that I was not the fair maiden? None save you, ye of 1,000 faces. Little logic is flawless. And anyone else with half their wits about them. How dare you make a mockery of my wedding day? Guards, arrest that pervert at once. Lock him up in gall and throw away the key. Arabella! Oh, thank the gods you're safe. Come with me quickly. There's a dangerous madman about. A glove on his right hand. Could it be? The man is a fool, but it would have behooved you to listen to him. Alas, you did not, and what is yours is now mine. That's the thief! Stop wasting your time with that imbecile and arrest him! You came all this way? For me? You love me. You really, really love me. Well, I didn't see that coming. The attention is most flattering, but I have taken what I came for, and now I must away. My lords, my ladies, till we meet again. I like how she's so entertained by that. I hear that the real Vance was found bound and gagged in a storage room. Truly, Miss Arabella, I'm sorry. For what, my lady? The banquet was more exciting than I ever could have hoped for. Vance and his father were furious, of course, and our marriage has been called off. Okay, so I guess it's a great outcome for her. But perhaps it is for the best. I would find my own way to make father happy, by living my life as I would live it. It is you, Inspector Hildebrand, who taught me this lesson. For the love of the gods, somebody find him a change of clothes. But one thing still puzzles me. The thief's challenge said he would steal the Lapis Maiden's virtue, yet in the end, he took only her neckpiece. Now that you mention it, Master Gugarimo told me about the class when it first arrived. Engraved with the mark of the Sun Goddess, it is one of the most treasured pieces from the Bruhar collection, known by many as Azima's virtue. Okay, so Azima, I believe, is one of the 12 gods. So, if I'm not misremembering, the maiden's virtue indeed. When the next challenge comes, we must take extra care to read between the lines. Ow. Over here, Inspector. It says, made you look. This fiend plays us for fools. Give that to me at once. When next we meet, I shall come to claim the victor's spoils. Another riddle. If nothing else, it appears that the thief has abandoned any foolish notions of my assassination. Still, we must ever be on guard. The fiend attempted murder once. He may very well do so again. Yeah, about that... Oh, I guess we're still not telling you. Okay, never mind. Verily, Inspector, I must agree. One can never be too wary when dealing with a murderer. Hear me, man of 1,000 faces. You sealed your fate when you called me out by name. Mark my words. When next we meet, you will be mine. This is a criminal investigation, not a date. Oh, right. Yes, it was the Phantom Thief who was to blame for that bomb. Truly, verily, indubitably the Phantom Thief. Most certainly. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Alright. You have unlocked the parlay minigame. Entertain yourself as many a Manderville man has before you by opening the toy chest in any inn room. I never knew about this. Have to check that out sometime. To the victor goes a priceless treasure. While the smile of a champion holds secrets untold. Are 8 legs better than 2? Can a Manderville man triumph over terrors and win the day? The Colosseum Conundrum. Hi, Nashu. The key to the next case is also the key to the storm room. Be sure not to lose it. Wait, it's a real key and a figurative one at the same time? Is that even possible? I guess we'll find out next time. Alright. That's kind of a natural stopping point, so we'll just pick up this next quest. Ellie has the latest information on the Phantom Thief's target. Ayelet, I was wondering when you'd show up. I've got the latest scoop on the victor's spoil that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Colosseum of late? There's a tourney in the works, and it's looking to be a big one. The Mithril Cup, sponsored by none other than Amaja and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that Master Feargeist will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder has captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate, after all. I may have heard of them. The chairman, Master Feargeist, sits on the syndicate, possesses such wealth that rumor has it he could buy half the realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills, he settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments like the Mithril Cup. My colleague Ganelon is in Ulda covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. Alright, and with that we're already getting close to the 2-hour mark, so I think we'll leave it there. I hope you guys had a fun time there with the Hildebrand storyline, and I think we'll probably pick this up again tomorrow, starting again at about 10 o'clock. So I'll see you guys then, and for now we will take a look and see if we can find somebody to raid. Let's see. La 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 la. Waiting for a refresh. La 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 la. Okay. Namarune Kai. Divinity Original Sin. I can't tell if that's 2 or if that's the original, but either of those is a good night. Either of those would be a good watch. Play both of those games and they're excellent, so let's go ahead and give him a raid. Especially since he looks to be the only option I have right now, so I have got to get more late night VTubers on my follow list. I have a distinct shortage of them, clearly. But here we go. Let's get raiding. All right. Thanks again for coming, and off we raid.
Final fantasies of the XIV. Ow. Oh, that didn't hit me. Never mind. I'm good. Not ow. Oh no, it did hit me. Ow, ow, ow.
Pre-out.
I'm diseased. This hurts. My health. Oh, hello, Raiders. How was your stream? I hope you had fun. We're still fighting the chicken? Okay. There goes your tendons. And then take a bleed with you. Yeah.
I was just sure of that header.
He was actually a bomb! Your prediction was predicted.
I got kamikazed by Karage.
Karage.
I was a toad for a bit and had to run from a chicken painted green. Oh, you fought you fought Gilgamesh and Enkidu, yeah. Wow. As Void Wolf attacks go, you think this one was particularly devastating. The great city of Mars is finally ready to fall. Don't give me toss, I have my own business to take care of.
Oh, wow.
Oh! Did that finish?
Yeah.
No, sorry, I was reading chat. How long did that take, Pyro? How long did that take? I'm genuinely curious. Was he on for a week, like for real?
Yeah, he had naps and stuff, but like,
Oh, the eggs?
The eggs.
yeah, the egg
Yeah.
eating.
Do you know about it?
Yeah. I responded to it as soon as I'm finally done tweet with excellent.
Excellent. Legend.
It's the Simpsons joke where it's like, well, you like eggs, huh, Ross? Well, then have all the eggs in the world.
Are you gonna talk to the...
The survivor? Where is he? Vishlar's just sitting there, drinking.
Go talk to him. Talk